Live stream here. It's Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. It's Weird Wednesday. Unusual Tuesday. No, unusual openings. Weird Wednesday stream. We will be playing and taking challenges from subscribers and other players as well. Welcome everybody. Hello from the chess Pandas. Pandas substitutes. Hello. Hello, and welcome to our humble stream today. But these guys are not the original Panda. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Soltigo, JCS, Acerbate. It is my real birthday. I was getting Skype messages from people like at 6 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, I guess like last night it was my birthday in Hungary or something like that. So 6 hours ahead, people were like, "Oh, happy birthday!" So welcome everybody. Thanks for the birthday wishes. We're gonna be sorry we're a little bit late. I had a lot of stuff going on here. We'll try to do the 2 hours and 20 minutes stream today. Running a little bit short, but that's the best we can do. So we'll do what we can do. We're going to be playing unusual openings. If you guys want to challenge me to play, you can send out any challenge between 5+3, 5+3 through 7+3 challenges. So it's yes, unrated, casual. 5+3, 5+4, 5+5, 6 something, and 7+3 is the maximum. If I don't get a challenge, I might have to. There's Soltigo starting it up with a 5+5, casual. Soltigo's rating a little suspicious. I'm a paranoid kind of guy. But I think Soltigo's been sandbagging his rating. Anyway, guys, thanks for the birthday wishes. Please support the stream. Dim, Fish Rat Cow, Acerbate this week. I've already started supporting the stream with donations. Perpetual Stalemate, Percy Hepworth. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and support the stream. You can also check out all my shows on my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. So if you miss a show and you want to check it out, all the streams are uplighted over there, or uploaded. Soltigo is here first. We're going to start this up with the Soltigo challenge 5+5. He's one of our moderators. All right, so he's also been a huge supporter of the stream, helping me in many ways set up the technical side of things here. Percy Hepworth, thank you. So I'm 39 years old every year, and have been for a while now. Anyway, Soltigo's white. Up to you, Soltigo, man. Start it up for today. I'm going to be streaming till 3, a little bit before, 5 minutes before 3. I think I have to go. So 2 hours, 15 minutes. Birthday stream. Okay, so Soltigo playing knight f3. This is a bit unusual. It's a blitz game with a 5-second increment. I'm used to the 3-second increments. So 5-5 is a little different. A little more like you can bank your time with its time control. An invitation to the Sicilian. I think some places even call this Sicilian invitation. Knight f3, c5, e4. Would you like to play a Sicilian? But no, b3. My friend Grandmaster Sebe Attila, I think, was the last person to use this move order against me. And I have to admit, I don't have a really good antidote to this Queen's Indian reversed. A good move order. I think it's better than... Anybody talking? Yeah, we've got chat here. Percy Hepworth, Horse Knight. Okay, so knight f3, c5. I'm wasting too much time. Obviously, I'm streaming. I'm trying to entertain you guys, but I also need to move it along. Stream bagging. So you're streaming? You're playing rated games on your stream. Is that stream bagging? It's supposed to be weird openings, and I didn't do anything weird yet. That's bad. But Soltigo played b3, which is semi-weird, but that's not really going to qualify. So, how can we get creative here and make it a weird opening? It's a little late for me to make this a weird opening. But let's try something. See if we can come up with something original. Very early b5. Let's do it this way. We'll get to a kind of extended fianchetto Polish type of setup with b5. Acerbate, what's up? The delayed Polish defense against the... This is a weird opening now. B5 is perfect. Yeah, stream bagging. You rely heavily on intuition and creativity. Alright, so E3. Solid move. My B5 pawn is hanging, so we have to keep that protected. Pawns should be protected by pawns, they say. But after A4, am I going to have a problem here, Houston? I suspect that after A6, A4, I can play B4, and I probably have to, actually. Alright. That's no problem. I had a game with an old friend of mine, Pushtar Shandor, Hungarian IM, who lives like in... I think he lives in like Montana now. Strange for a Hungarian to move to Montana, but whatever. C4, maybe it was Wyoming. I can't remember now. But some far western, northwestern state. C4. B4 or takes. Let's just take it. I'm not really sure what the best move is there. Maybe I should have maintained the tension, but it's hard to maintain the tension with black. Perhaps queen B6 in that position? Wait, what happened? Wow, this is a surprise. I really didn't think he was going to do that. It's like he's inviting me to play D5. I'm not going to do it. Just for spite. Just for spite, I will not play D5. Because I think Soltiga wants me to play D5. Still, it would still be a principled move, though, to play D5. Definitely it's a principled move. Alright. That's it. I've got to do it. I've got to be principled. He has the E5 square here, though. So, he's going to have access to that for the knight. Washington is in the west-north. That's correct. If you do a jigsaw puzzle, Acerbate, that's the corner one. Upper left-hand corner. But compared to Massachusetts, Montana and Wyoming are pretty far west and north. Maybe the north part. Not so much. All right. Hungarian cattle rancher. Not a lot of cows in Hungary. Move 11, thank you. It is my birthday. Number 39.5. If I played G6 here, he might be able to take F6 and smash my structure. I think I don't like that. Alright, we're just going to play like this. This gives us a couple different options. It is a more passive square than C6, but it doesn't block the bishop on B7. Alright, so we've got the defining moment in the game now. If I play E6, do I take? Let's take. Insta reply. Soltigo, of course, hoping that the weaker player might just take the whole center here. I mean, it might not be unreasonable for me to play E5. But I've learned my lesson. He's a tough customer, this guy. So G6 might be interesting too. What's going to happen here? Alright. No access to the F5 square, counter fianchetto. Will tell me off. No advertising. 92. Okay. So basically Soltigo is playing the equivalent of like a kind of Queen's Indian reversed, essentially. Black is okay, but this move's a little threatening, actually. I don't like that he can go in here with the knight to C6. Probably I can handle this. Could have issues. Alright. Alright, sir. Pretty strong player, this guy. He's no 1867. Sandbag is rating. Della Corta, thank you for the birthday. Wish. De La Soul. Soltico is like a subtle positional player in the guise of a wily tactician. His natural style is more traditional, strategic, positional approach, but it seems like he likes the idea of getting really tactical, like many of us. Okay, so this is like a retreating move. I'm kind of happy to see knight f3. Not sure exactly what his plan is. Like bishop d4? Black has equalized. First equalize, then play for a win. It's the classic, like, Karpov school. You must equalize before you play for a win. Many people they just prefer to go for craziness from the outset. There's no in between. No mere equality. Okay, now there's the craziness. Soltigo just sacrificed a pawn for access to the c4 square, it appears. All right, I'm gonna sack my queen for 3 pieces here. Knight c4, pawn takes. What? Very rare to see Soltigo flat out blunder a piece. He's not warmed up, or this is just a birthday present. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear me. Happy birthday to me. Thanks, Soltigo. Alright, guys, we'll play the next one. Percy Hepworth is up with 7+3. Alright, a minor miscalculation. So, we managed to take all the fun out of the game. Another knight f3. Another knight f3. Oh my god. We gotta be careful with this guy. He's pretty good. We'll play our A game. Oh no. Oh no, I totally forgot I have to play weird openings. I did it again. Whoa, Merle Dixon donated $2,000 for Happy Birthday Master. He's got the 2,000 birthday donation. That is awesome, man. Thank you so much. Merle Dixon takes out the lead for the bit donations. Give me a birthday present of 2,000 bits. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Merle Dixon with 2,000 donation. We got to come up with a really... If Merle challenges us, we got to come up with a really good, unusual opening for him. But we've got a problem here. Hard to play unusual openings against knight f3. And this is our second opponent who played it. Now, I could go with b5, similar to the last game. But that would be kind of repetitive. So... But I've already committed to c5 on the other hand, so I need an unusual opening that kind of works with c5 without playing b5. This is going to be a little tricky. What else could I do here? Let's just play it by ear. Maybe we can think of something. But it is hard to play unusual openings against the move knight f3. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, sacrifice a pawn with g5? You know, other than playing b5, which is a good idea. It is hard. Speaking of b5. We could sack a pawn, like acerbate. Some sort of b5, no. Alright, unusual openings. Well, what could I do? No gambit possibilities here. Alright, let's just play something weird. A double Dutch. This is really weird, but I'm going to try it. Just for something weird. Acerbate, 1,000. He broke the Ma cookie jar. Sweat and charity. That is awesome, man. Another 1,000 from Acerbate. Okay, so b3. Thank you guys for the birthday presents. We're trying to get the weird openings out here. How are we going to do this? How do you want to do this? Try to set up a sort of force field? This is actually a system. If you play like c5 and e5, like there are a lot of English opening games you can look at between like Aronian and say Vacher Legrave. Vacher likes to play the setup with knight c6, c5, and e5 very early, and f5 is a move that you could possibly make a part of that sort of setup. So, but this is definitely not something I would typically play. Do I have e4 here? Oh my god. Does e4 win material is another question. That would be quite interesting. Go for the jugular. Man, this is going to get crazy. The weakness on the dark squares. Yeah, I don't know about this. Again, I'm going to sack my queen. Saltigo didn't want to let me sack my queen for 3 pieces. Merle Dixon, 2,000 bits. Asterbait with 1,000 today. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Bang. Give me your rooks, man. Give me your rooks. Where is that? Come out with the rook. Put your rook in the air. This also conveniently defends my f5 pawn. So I thought that there you had an interesting move, though. It looks like bishop g5. Sorry, with the knight still on f3. He could have played bishop g5. I guess after bishop g5, I don't win material. Maybe I still win it. What am I talking about? Bishop g5, bishop e7, of course. Takes, queen takes. It doesn't change anything. Or it does change something. Yeah, actually, bishop g5, if the knight was still on... Anyway, he moved. But I'm saying here, if bishop g5, bishop e7, bishop takes, bishop, queen takes, shouldn't change anything, actually. That's a weird position. Just take my money. Taking his lunch money. Hey, punk, give me your lunch money. Queen a5, no, because then he has bishop back to d2. No, it's just bishop e7. And it doesn't change anything. The only question was, like, could he come up with some kind of creative way to, like, trap my queen on a1 or something like that? But I sort of doubt it. Now the question is making the best of a bad situation. The King David Sicilian. What is that? I heard of the St. George, but never the King David. Turkey Farm, good to see you. Thanks everybody for subscribing and being part of our stream. I've been super busy with life. Try to keep the stream going every 6 days out of 7. Asterbait with another 100 donated. Thank you guys. Making my day. Started out like a really tough day. Yeah, this looks like the logical try, but I think the white has some serious problems. So, I mean, if I take with the knight, he can play bishop b2 and sort of try to survive there. Taking with the pawn looks a little more convincing. So I'm not winning a piece or anything like that. I mean, you could capture, excuse me, like with pretty much anything. On the one hand, I have g5 in some positions, just driving his knight back to g2 isn't necessarily the end of the world for white. This is really bizarre. Check. Weird openings are working today. The power of weird openings. Some people will handle it better than others. And I think the weird openings are a good way of exploiting people who like memorize stuff rather than really understand the ideas. So if you suspect that your opponent is that kind of player who's basically just memorizing lots of variations but doesn't really understand the opening that well, this is the place to be. So it's the day of queen sacrifices. Mr. Bill. We just do it like that. $200, almost forgot. Dim, thank you. So we managed to swipe a piece here. Swipe your card at the register, please. It was a sneaky way. 700 from Dim. Thank you, man. Birthday gifts all around. Dim also brings his tally for the week up to... He brings it up to 700, 1,000 for this week. All right, now, you know what? I'm thinking about going outside the box here. An outside the box type of move. I trapped the knight on G7. Be alert tactically. Always analyze the forcing moves. You gotta analyze the forcing moves first. And if they don't work, then you come up with something else. In between move. So we're just up a clear piece here. Alright, man. Weird opening, got him again. Big Money, okay, Big Money and Testosterone, both these guys are subscribers. Thanks again, Dim, Merle Dixon, Asterbait, and Dim. 3 of our biggest donation supporters. You guys can always make a donation. I don't mean to be like selling, donations all the time, but while we're on the subject, you can always make a donation via PayPal as well. Drake did that this week. We had another donation from Hisitnuns. You guys can also make a donation on the Panda link. The Panda link provided by Yabadas, by the way, on our stream channel, and that will create a Streamlabs donation, so you get your name on the scrolling donation list on the screen. All right, now finally I remembered that we're playing weird openings. Maybe it's my turn to play B3. I played knight F3 now. What am I doing? I'm sorry for playing knight F3. Autopilot mode here. I'm sorry. But that's alright. We've got more flexibility with the white pieces to do weird stuff. Let's just sack a pawn. The mortal gambit. The mortal gambit. I'll stick to C4. That was horrendous. Weird Wednesday, unusual openings. I'm going to try to mix up Wednesdays, guys. So last couple Wednesdays I did simul's. This week I just didn't have quite the time. So this transposes to like knight F3, knight F6, d4, C5, or d4, knight F6, knight F3, C5, a form of opening that's commonly played by like Benko Gambit players. Hard to find an exciting move in this position. But just to be weird, I'm going to play like d takes C5. Not the best move for white, but at least it gets us an original sort of game. Maybe I could try to hang on to the pawn for a little while. Wow, he's sacking a pawn with b6. That's definitely something I would think you could do with the white pieces, but with black, that's asking a lot. All right, I think I'm obliged to take this. So Big Money just refused my gambit and like offered one of his own. It's a very, very swashbuckling attitude. Now he's really gone pretty far here. Bishop A6. Interesting. So you can send a 5+3 unrated challenge. Yeah, anything between 5+3 and 7+3 with an increment between 3 and 5 seconds. That's the rule. The rule. I guess Chestrake, maybe you've seen more of my simul and now the tournament, but I do play casual, blitz, and rapid. Usually 2 or 3 times a week. Again, thanks, Merle, Acer, and Jim. You guys are awesome. Thanks for challenging, and thanks for being part of the stream. We're trying to play unusual stuff today, just to kind of mix it up. It's fun, just for fun. Openings and systems that I wouldn't normally play. But, well, let's count pawns here. I'm up a pawn. Kind of suspicious about the long diagonal here for black, but at the same time, I don't want to fall behind in development too much. Maybe knight d4 is reasonable. I don't know. The bishop on g7 is going to be sort of nasty. Knight c3. Trying to find a setup where everything's protected. In other words, neutralize the pressure against b2 for one thing. Not easy to do. That rhymes. Rook e1, knight g4 looks awful. Okay, we got challenges, but big money is making me think. I'm up a clear pawn. e4, man. It's crazy. Almost conceivable. I mean, maybe rook e1 isn't that bad. I mean, knight g4, is that really even a good move for black at the end of the day? That's a real question, actually. I was afraid of knight g4. Yeah, it's probably a real move. Alright, well, we're going to sack the pawn back, I guess, for whatever it's worth. I was getting in time pressure. I know, Chess Drake. Did they make that game show come back or something? Is there a second? Thanks, Asterbait, for the 25 charity. If I move my knight, I have a discovery. I know, I was thinking about like knight to d4, but it's not a developing move. I was thinking about knight d4 and then d5 for black. Even knight d4, knight c6 is not bad for black. Like knight d4, knight c6, knight takes c6, d takes c6. He's outstripping me in development pretty bad, actually. So that's why I wasn't really on board with knight to d4. Rook e1 isn't the greatest developing move either. Funny Hunter Jim, here's a different move, knight e4. That I didn't really seriously think about enough. This is a big problem. Man, this is a bizarre position, dude. Black could be worse here. Amazing. What a fun variation this is. Dr. Defendo. I think I like white here. I like white. The knight in e4 is suddenly kind of a pain. Now that move was not expected. An unexpected moment. We've got some initiative, but no material. Far too good. Birthday chess chops. One day I'm going to get back to playing in tournaments, guys, but I'm probably not going to get back to any tournaments until late spring, early summer. Alrighty, so I was thinking rook b1. An eye for an eye. Tooth for a tooth. The chess dentist. You like my narration? Well, that's what I'm going to do if I lose my chess job. I wasn't sure if he would go for this, though. I mean, it looks like he's kind of underdeveloped here. And I mean, I think that still there are problems, even though he's not losing anything directly. How does he resolve this, like, rook sitting on the 7th rank here? I mean, that's going to be massive. So there's no immediate devastation. It's more like on the wind. You know, I mean, how, yeah, this is like, okay, you're surviving for now, but you're still kind of paralyzed. The question is, can I actually do anything? The answer is some really weird variations here. Maybe this move rook c7 isn't that good. I like it. All right, coming to get you. Okay, my high school had a very, very weak chess club, basically consisting of my best friend and I and another friend and a couple other people, but it wasn't a competitive chess team. We didn't have any matches, or we just met in a classroom. So we were the chess team. My best friend and I. My best friend who taught me to play actually got to 2200, and then he quit. Decided to become a successful economist instead of pursuing chess. But high school, yeah, and college. When I joined Boston University, where I went to college, there was no chess club even, and I think like around the time when I graduated, they started a chess club, but I never was really too involved with it. For a large university, Boston University, you'd think it would automatically have had like a decent chess club. They did at some point create a chess club, but it took a long time there. All right, so here, yeah, so I learned, you know, I really learned by going to individual tournaments, and since I started playing chess actively when I was about 12 years old, and went from there, but mostly playing just adult style tournaments. No scholastic stuff, almost none. I think when I was about when I got to, I was a slow starter, but when I got to about maybe when I was 16, I was among the, you know, top whatever, like I got to be among the top, let's say 50 in the country, in the United States, for my age. Which is about as good as I got in overall. I think at my peak, I was probably ranked around top 50 in adult overall players back in like 2000. Before I went to Europe, back in like 2002, 2001, I probably reached about the top 50 in the United States. That's a long answer. Lots of protests against Orban. What's going on today, Dark? I know there's been a lot of protests in the last couple days. I didn't hear about like today. But yeah, I mean, Hungary's been cracking down on democracy a lot over the last years, and it's sort of a matter of time till people are tired of it. It's not going to go on forever till people are going to just start revolting. I mean, there's a lot of policies that are debatable, so who knows? I mean, you could see a revolution in Hungary. It wouldn't entirely surprise me. All right, so we're winning a couple pawns. Rook there, check, king, rook c8. Maybe I should play for more, like rook b1. But I don't know, is there new news today? I didn't see anything in the news. But my family is out of the country right now. They went to Romania. So if there's a revolution, maybe it's for the best that it's like this week while my kids and my wife are not in Hungary. Basically, the Hungarians have been pretty passive, considering the amount of the amount of restrictions that have been put on them by the government over the last years, so it's not surprising. I'm not there. Even my family's not there at the moment, though. The peasants are revolting. Well, they've been putting up with a lot from this government, and really, so far the government's ignored all protests over the last years. This is not like a new thing. Here's an interesting move. Okay, rook takes, rook d8. I've got checks. This is cool. We're good to go. So we're up 2 pawns. Big money putting up really tough resistance. It's crazy how many geniuses are in a small country like Hungary. Well, yeah, Hungary is amazing. You know, they've done things like finish first in the Chess Olympics. Was it like 2 years ago? They won the gold medal. They have a lot of great people in many fields. There was a joke in Hollywood that sometimes I say to the Hungarian players who join us. It's not enough to be Hungarian, you have to be good too. That was because there were so many like Hungarians in the 50s getting involved in like film production and other kind of stuff in Hollywood, besides just Bela Lugosi. Let's say, you know, he's an old film star, but a lot of Hungarians got involved in film, and that was a joke at one point. Speaking of Hungarians, here's an Austrian to expand the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. Clash Kid, what's up? How are things in your native country? H takes g4, H takes g4. But I'm not in Hungary at the moment, guys. Zsa Gabor. Lots of good chess players. Gabor. Everyone always pronounced like Lugosi Bela's name wrong. They would say Lugosi, Bela Lugosi. It's Lugosi Bela. All right, there's winning rook endgame. Let's just make it easy for ourselves. Big Money's getting his money's worth. Sabo Laszlo was Hungarian, of course. Like, he's one of the most famous Hungarian grandmasters of all time. You just did your first ever poker session illegally. I lost $10. Never gonna play again. You'll remember that forever. Never say never. I hope I wasn't an influence in making you a lifetime gambler, Clash Kid. My poker days are not over, but they're on hold due to perpetual brokenness. That's the ironic thing. My friend Elon Schwartz finished 4th back in the day in a World Series of Poker. And Elon was one of the people who encouraged me to play poker. And he said one day, I'm not going to play chess anymore due to perpetual brokenness. So I'm the opposite now. Like, I'm not playing poker because of perpetual brokenness. All right, so Testosterone's up next. Yeah, Hungarians were dominant in many fields academically. Though they won't be anymore if things keep going the way they are. Almost everyone wants to leave the country. Alright, so Testosterone is white. I've got to play unusual openings. I think I forgot what I was doing there. Well, Orban is very popular with the right wing. I mean, he's helped to create this whole right wing movement. He's kind of like Donald Trump before Donald Trump was, I mean, Orban is actually... I have more respect for Orban than Donald Trump because, first of all, he knows, he's educated. He's like a lawyer. I mean, he has some intelligence and he has some education. But his right wing policies, it's almost like Donald Trump stole his playbook or something. Knight f3. All right, here we're gonna play the bishop g4. This is not really... There's no money in chess. There's no chess and money. There's money in chess, even maybe if you're like in the top 100, or even really the top 10 would be the best place to be. So this is not an unusual opening. I played a kind of standard approach here, but let's try to play it aggressively. We're supposed to be playing unusual openings today, so we're gonna try to play this aggro style. Uh-oh. Moobot on the loose. I got a Kamsky. You can always teach chess. Well, that's what I do. I'm not. I have no time to play now because I have no cash. So, yeah, we are in that place. Very much in that place now. I just, I'm not a money hungry snake oil salesman like some people. So, knight on G to F6. But it's my birthday, guys. We had a lot of support for the birthday. Merle Dixon donated 2,000. Asterbait with 1,000. Actually, more than 1,000. 1,100 today. I think Jim with 1,000. So thank you guys for making my birthday special. B3. Solid, man. Very solid. This is not really an unusual opening. What can I do? Everybody's playing this knight F3 base stuff against me. My own weapon. Kramnik. I'm like playing Kramnik. Kramnik playing himself every game. Your birthday was 3 days ago. Well, it was weird because this nurse's aide came to help my mom yesterday, and she's the only person I met this whole year who has a birthday today. And then I meet that person in my own house like the day before my birthday. The only other person I've met all year who has the same birthday as me. That's kind of strange, you know? So Sparks had a birthday. Somebody has a birthday like tomorrow or yesterday. I'm going to step away for just a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. So, we got A3, the normal move. Sorry, this isn't an unusual opening. I wanted to castle queenside and play like a kind of crazy attack, but he sort of slowed me down by playing B3, playing on the queen side. Actually, D4 slowed me down. If he plays a standard King's Indian attack, I was going to do that kind of thing. But here, we're going to play more mainstream type of approach. No need to give me time back on the clock, guys. Absolutely not necessary. Chess Drink says, I thought of chess as a quiet, super cerebral game. Always kind of thought of poker as cutthroat. Elite chess players trying their hand at poker. Well, they're a day late and $1 short if they're trying poker now. The poker trend finished 5 years ago. I think it would be kind of silly to get on the poker bandwagon at this point. It's the good days are over for online poker. Maybe if you played live, but even the live games are... The glory days of poker have passed. There was a huge trend in past years, but they missed their window of opportunity. It's very late. It is late for that. I still like to play poker. It is a great strategy game, much like chess. A lot of people don't understand. They think it's just a gambling game, but it's a strategy game. I actually learned to play poker before I played chess when I was a kid. This addresses Clash kids losing $10 the other day. Clash, when I was like 10 years old, I started playing like poker with my friends. We would basically play for real money and win maybe, a dollar, a couple dollars, win or lose a dollar, a couple dollars in the process of playing all day. Not a high stakes game, but it's ironic that I learned to play poker first and chess only a few years later. I remember like buying these books on poker and card games when I was just about 10 years old, getting really interested in it. And then chess would be discovered. I knew how to move the pieces, but the weird part was that nobody had taught me like castling, en passant, and even the object of the game being mate. I basically thought chess was similar to like checkers. The idea was just like capture all the opponent's pieces. I think when I was a kid in elementary school, in days when we couldn't go outside to play, I would probably play chess like that. I have a vague memory of playing chess as a version of drafts, where you just like the first guy to capture all the other pieces. Like I knew how the pieces moved, but I just didn't understand the concept of mate and the special rules. All right, let's try something original here. Yeah, well, a lot of guys will try to play chess for money to try to make, a few bucks. Someone was asking me yesterday, like the park hustlers in Washington Square Park, how good are they? I mean, I think the typical professional chess hustlers are pretty strong. They'd be like master strength for the most part. If you're going to make a living hustling chess for blitz chess or whatever in a cafe or park, you really need to be master strength. People that try to do it that aren't are sort of maybe just tricksters, or they just can play really super, super fast. No, we were like 10 to 11 to 12 years old, and we used to play in my friend's basement. They had he had like a billiard table, and we used to, 5 or 6 of us, we would meet like every couple weeks, and everybody would win or lose a couple bucks. Very informal. The good old days. They would probably send your parents to jail now for letting their kids gamble $1 or $2. There's probably a felony charge for letting your child gamble $2 in a poker game. Sometimes laws are a little bit exaggerated. All right. So we're just developing at the risk of slightly weakening our king with like f6. I know like if you like buy alcohol for a minor, you can go to jail for like 20 years or something. The ridiculous laws, like exaggerated. I mean, it's not good to like give kids alcohol, obviously, but some of the things you hear are a little over the top. So the guy Kamsky said most of them are probably 2K strength at least. Yeah, I mean, chess hustlers who are under 2K in terms of rating strength, who are they going to hustle? I mean, they're going to be they're just not going to be able to have that many customers because they're not better than enough players. I think the master strength hustlers have a much wider range of players they can get to play. But you see people like, I had a funny situation when I used to play chess for money. There was this homeless guy, and what he would do was, they do this a lot in Washington Square, but this was happening in Boston. He basically used to come and like he would take my seat. Basically, he would occupy the table where I was playing chess for money, and he would go like real early in the morning. So I'd have to pay him like $5 to leave, basically. They do that in Washington Square Park, though. It's a funny thing. All right. Chess-tosterone. I kind of forgot I was playing chess-tosterone. Wasn't really. I've been talking a lot today. What's up with all the talk, anyway? Too much talk and no action around here. Probe. It's a Martian probe. This is a great move. Like, if I play queen c3, he plays queen d3. But this move is a real attempt to, like, trap my own queen. No, it's not that easy for him to trap my queen. I'm just kidding. The point of hustling is to have your opponent believe they are stronger than you. Well, the time I did that in Washington Square, yeah, I ended up not getting paid. You'd have to be pretty dumb. You'd have to be pretty dumb, you know, to not know you're playing like a master. I mean, you should be able to tell if you're getting beaten. A real art form, of course, to hustling. You know, if you're talking about like pool or other games, the classic hustling game is like pool, right? You can make yourself like appear to win by luck. That would be the secret, I guess. But it really is hard to do that. Knight to c3. Okay, so bishop g4 I was prepared for. But I don't know. I'm having second thoughts about this whole thing. I just don't think it was good enough. Testosterone is too tough. I just don't think I had that much here. He's got some weaknesses. Yeah, 95 is an idea. Yeah. So he could play like f4, but that really is double-edged. He did. The move that bothered me the most was actually queen d2. This connects his rook attacks a5. I probably have to take time to play b6, and that gives him time to kick my queen out with something like maybe rook b1. I don't know. f4. So, knight c5, anyone? Gotta love that move. Oh, yeah. This has got to be good. Queen d2 isn't as good as it used to be. Is my queen trapped? I'm really trying to trap my own queen here. I mean, there's no question. But actually it was... Who was it that was recommending a knight to c3? Now my queen is literally trapped. Knight c3. Yeah, but he's gonna... Yeah, if I do that, he's gonna have stuff. I think this ending is pretty good for me. Or not. It's kind of hard to take that bishop on g4. Oh my god. Look at that thing. That is a bishop. Wow, c3. Oh, c3. You're kidding me. No, the pawn's defended. Alright, it's defended. But he's got another trick. Oh, man. Look at this resource he comes up with. Wow, dude. Jim just donated 200 bits as I blow this ending. Blow this pop stand. Man, I'm screwing this up. What good practical defense. The defense rests. No. This pawn's got to go through. Good an attempt at defense was good by white. The attempt. Nice attempt. Too little, too late. Jim, thank you for the donation up to 1,200 within striking distance of Astrobate for my birthday. We had a lot of choices there. Okay, guys. Chess for Money games. Yeah, we should start playing Chess for Money here. JCS says, I enjoyed watching chess more when I lack positional knowledge. Well, actually, that's an interesting thing, JCS. I don't think it's just positional knowledge. I think it's sort of... Chess is more of a mystery when you're a beginner. And as you become... You know what I mean? Like, the mystery starts to disappear as you become better. Maybe chess loses a little bit of its magic for advanced players. So... Alright, so Drake, World Loser's here. Good to see you, World Loser. I got your birthday wish. World Loser's, he's an old moderator of my stream, and he's actually challenging me to my old time control. When I first started doing the Blitz and Rapid streams here, like 2 years ago, I was doing 8+3. So he's so old school as far as my stream goes. He's challenging me to the 8+3. Borsuk, and then Cesare, that's just a correspondence challenge. Okay, let's go, guys. But I think when you're a beginner, or not a total beginner, but when you get to like 1,400, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, in that range, like Astrobate, you're around 1,600. That's when chess is the most beautiful. Like, the less you know, the more fascinating it really is. So much that you don't know, and everything is like interesting. Unusual opening stream, guys. Let's play some e4. Drake was asking, do I play e4, wasn't he? Or he was surprised? I don't remember. If you go to Washington Square Park, make sure you make your opponent pay up after every game. That's all I know. So knight c6. In Boston, we have more honor. You know, most people never stood me up. There was one guy, a certain master, national master from Rhode Island. A national master from Rhode Island, by the way, of the UK, who stiffed me for a large sum of money. But most people were very honorable about paying up after they lost. Rue Lopez, kind of classical Rue Lopez here. Or Spanish game. I had a terrible game against Sisitnuns, one of our subscribers. In the simul I played. Okay, knight a5 is early here. I haven't played h3 yet. Typically you play castles, and then white plays h3, and then you play knight a5. This knight a5 is considered kind of unusual. Because I can omit the move h3 now. And, well, I don't know what that really means, to be honest. Anyway, let's try something speaking of positional. World Loser says f4. King's Gambit. Good suggestion. So he's just playing a Chigorin defense kind of blindly. It's reasonable, but I don't like bishop g4. But I've kind of been hoping for bishop g4, basically. And now we have to think. We can do knight g3, or we can try for more. We can play g4. g4, bishop g6, knight g3. I mean, we can just do this. I think this is better for white. Except that I miscalculated. No, it works. Bishop g6, knight h4, knight takes e4 doesn't work. So I can land the knight on f5. Instead of this move, I could have tried maybe just this. There's a school of thought that might say, like, should I even... I don't know what I was trying to say. Sometimes my thoughts just get lost midair. Brain's too big. When you have a big brain, you know, there's just all this space for all the ideas to move around, and if they just kind of get caught in the corner somewhere. They roll around in there, like Gingy. Gingy has the largest cranium I've ever seen. Who's the chess player with the largest head you've ever seen? Wow, Drake is pretty fast. Got to give him credit for that. Should I react to this or not? I kind of regret not playing. Kind of regretting having not played. Is this a good idea? Having not played G4 now. It's really, I try really hard in the parks to be honorable, to pay up. Well, I mean, if you get a bad reputation, you know, nobody's gonna play you. I mean, it's like poker. We have so many deadbeats in my like home poker game. For a while, people lend you money, but eventually, you're just not gonna play anymore. You know, so even the deadbeats, basically eventually at some point learn to pay up, because they want to play. I mean, that's the point. So Drake there had to make a decision with the center, I think. He just kind of forgot that I'm undermining d5. John Fedorovich. What are these? What are we talking about? But Soltigo, the amazing thing about Soltigo is that he's never played over the board, you know, in a tournament or anything like that. This is something that's like plausible now in the 21st century, which was very, very unusual, almost impossible years ago. Park this pawn on d6 and see what we can do with it. That's what I'm thinking now. My bishop on c2 is sad. It feels like it's suffering from bishop depression. I think we've got to get it some sort of antidepressants or something. Get it on some kind of drugs, some good drugs. This bishop needs drugs, effectively. All right, there you go. There you go. Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better? Big heads. Oh, I don't think John's head's that big. He had a big head of hair, but when his hair... John's head isn't more than slightly above average. I mean, I'm not like Sherlock Holmes or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't like measure people's heads, but Gingy's head was massive, or is. All right, so, right. How about like bishop d5? Just, I'm not going to let you do that to me. A bishop in the bush is worth 2 in the barrel. If I let him play c4, he kind of shuts me down. I guess I could have let him play c4. But basically, my knights are as strong as bishops here. That bishop on g6. That was my game plan from go. You know, to get him, to sucker him to playing bishop g4, and to like get his bishop out of the game effectively. Now what? Good defender though. Look at this move. What's rook b8 do? I don't know. But it scares me when people make moves that I don't understand. That sometimes it happens in poker, and it's like one of two things. Either they're like totally stupid, or they have basically like 4 of a kind, or some kind of like very strong hand, like a straight flush or something. If you have like no idea what they have, and you don't understand what's going on, it's definitely like one of two things, you know. Either you're totally crushed or your opponent doesn't know what they're doing. And when I'm playing chess and somebody makes a move and I don't understand it, I'm kind of like, what am I missing here, you know? But definitely good D from Drake, who's like 1600. I mean, he's defending this really well. Defense is not the quality you see in a lot of 1600s. I mean, they'll blindly attack. Really good blockade here by black, controlling the D7 square. Turkey Farm gifted a tier 1 sub to Midnight Rhino. Nice job. Thanks, guys, for my birthday. Don't ban me, mods. Alright, so C4. That's controversial. Wow. I guess I'm just going to ignore it, you know? I mean, I don't really know what to think of that move. He's kind of hoping I take with the C4. Hard to break him down here. Break it down. Turkey Farm, nice move. Gifting a subscription. We got some white square coordination going on. So which of his bishops is actually worse, right? There's the one that's like pawn-like, and then there's the other one that's basically out of position. Pawn hunter. Drake 1980, Master of D. Wow. Alright. I'm not going to let you have that, and I also don't want to let you have that, so I can stop. Knight c4 and queen takes a2. Still, man, the dude is like the master defender. Very unusual skill at this level, the rating level he's at, to be good at D. Rarely see that. Usually it's a sign of a player who gets themselves into bad positions often. That was like Karpov's coaches wanted him to. Now we have this move. They wanted him to not learn opening, so he would be forced to become a good defender, I guess. That was what I always heard. With Tolia. Alright, now what? Trying to keep him tied up. At what point is this thing going to fall apart? Look at the way he's held this together. It's sort of striking. Juicebox, long time no see. How can black possibly hold this together? I mean, I'm all over him here. And all he's done is shed one pawn. No tears. And only one pawn has black lost. Defensive monster. He's a defensive monster. How are things there in Cambodia, Juicebox? Are still you in Cambodia? Are still you in? Wow, dude. I guess we take the pawn. added to our collection of extra pawns. Guys, I'm streaming till what am I streaming till? Like 10 minutes to 3 or something like that. Normally I would be streaming till 3. Well, maybe 5 of 3. I gotta go just before 3. Dude, I'm gonna hang my pawn. I think this is the toughest game that Drake has played against me. He has a draw, though, to his credit. How do I finish him off? Got that pawn protected. That's keeping him really restricted. You got something planned for tonight? Well, it's a good thing Bob isn't here asking me that question. From Soltigo, I'm not that afraid. Again, it's that fearful, what's he doing to me moment. With the bishop g5, I was like, huh. Scared because I didn't understand it. Though he doesn't have a lot of good moves. Now he just lost his mind. It's over, guys. Too many materials down. Speaking of that, where's Bob? Yeah, nothing special planned for tonight. What do I have planned for tonight? Working. Taking care of my mom. The usual stuff. It's getting chilly in here. SpongeBob. Where is SpongeBob? Wait, I'm sorry, I'm not doing a rematch, Drake. This was an accidental. I don't want to accept that rematch. Alright. We don't do rematches. Alright, World Loser, what's up? We gotta play unusual opening here against World Loser. He doesn't like birthdays. I'm not supposed to do A3, but for World Loser, because he's a former moderator, and it's like an old time, I'm gonna play him at A3. I don't think I can play the King's Gambit against you. You play C5, right? I mean, so let's just try the B3. I don't know what I'm doing. That'll handicap myself, so World Loser will have equal chances. I'm higher rated, but I'm playing an opening I don't know. That's fair enough. So he's pretty tough. He's gonna try to play for the old E5. This is a legitimate system. The Reprintsev Gambit. We sack a pawn here. You wanted me to play the King's Gambit, right, World Loser? So we did it. I have no idea. All I know is that, and I am from the Ural Mountains, who lived in Washington, D.C., played this. So, is there any benefit in going Bishop B5? Trying to get World Loser to bite and get some play. Trying is the first step for. I think that Feingold modified that. He modified that. Yeah, but you have to admit that not trying is like automatic failure, you know? So, at least if you try, there's a chance you'll succeed. F6. That is a weird looking move. Is a weird move. Moo. A weird moo. A strange cow, in other words. When I get the GM title, Chestrake can start calling me GM. That's not my #1 motivation for getting the title. One day. Then I can be, hey GM. It's still not too late. My ultimate goal is to win the World Senior Championship. We don't have too long to go till I'm eligible. The Junior World Senior, you know, like the under 55 group, that's like brutal. I don't know if I'll ever be able to win that. Let's see, C3, Knight C6. The good thing about the World Senior, though, is like all those old guys are like on vacation. I mean, no one is really taking the tournament that seriously. There's the Bishop G4 again. Oh, man. Wow. This is just asking for trouble. Begging for trouble. So G4, Bishop G6. Is that what you're going to do? Wow. And then blast open the center with like D4. It's hard to believe Black can do this. We got a lot of time here. Soul, see a 24-hour stream. What's the 24-hour stream? Soltigo's going to do a 24-hour stream. You guys can't be serious. He's stopping me from playing the obvious here. Man, I just don't know what to do. I would probably benefit from getting my knight into the game. For lack of a better idea, we'll just do it. Alrighty, Bob. All for charity. Wait, when is Soltigo doing a 24-hour? He might try. Okay, it's not set in stone. Well, just don't, you know, not to be the killer of fun, but don't sacrifice your health, Soltigo, even for charity. You can do more good for charity over the long haul than trying to pull a hero stream. So if you don't feel well, you know, definitely don't continue. D5, wow, this is just amazing play by Black. He's making this work. I gotta get my pieces. My pieces out. You gotta get your pieces out, man. That's what Scotty would say if you were playing in this stream. Obviously a Star Trek reference for those of you who didn't recognize. I'm only 3 minutes behind the clock. For God's sakes, man, you gotta get your pieces out. Stuff on the white squares. The Monadnock Marathon. Wow, Midnight Rhino knows that. So you did mention that once before. Soltigo would have loved that. Soltigo's in Maine, and he's doing his stream. He's trying to do a 24-hour stream. So Soltigo would have been totally down with the Monadnock Marathon. Is G5 a good move? What do you guys think? This should be played with caution, the cautionary tale, the g5. I'm not going to just rush and open the g file to black's advantage. Really interesting game. So you had to sleep on the gym floor? Did you have to like bring your own sleeping bags? I'm sorry that I never made one of those. There were some good players, like some Canadian IMs would play sometimes. At least that's what I heard. Dean Hergott. I like this. You don't have a light bishop, and his king is still kingside. The attack isn't pointless at all. Yeah, look, he's trying to evacuate. Check him out. This evacuation move, I mean, we've seen this before. This is not a new idea. What is my bishop doing here? On b2. Wow. Dreaming the impossible dream here. The guy's time play is just brutal to deal with. Okay. Another one of those like kind of what's he doing moments. I want to know what he's doing. Like queen e7 looks some sort of weird, tricky move, but it just simply got his queen out of take. I don't know what the big deal is. No monster knife for you. Not today. Not any day. The bishop. Mr. Bishop. Wait, this is checkers, right? I think we can open up the queen side. I may live to regret this, but I'm going to close this. I think we can open the queen side somehow. Some way. The chances are good. He's sealed in. Self-sealing. It's getting worse. But if I take the bishop, he'll get his bishop out. That's the irony of the thing. If I actually take the pawn on c5, he'll develop. But it's a King's India motif, Turkey Farm. You know, playing a6 and like for c5 in a lot of fianchetto King's Indian type positions, that's like a known idea. So it's not like I just randomly, I'm a genius, you know. I mean, I kind of know that from similar positions. But it's kind of you to point it out that I'm next level. Alright, so now it's just about the rooks. The rooks must operate. Look at his pieces. Those three pieces in particular are like totally immobilized. Immobilizando. What is real estate in Spanish? He's trying for one last trick. I hope I don't get too fancy here. He's gonna start coming up with tricks soon. But the thing is, he doesn't have that many tricks in his bag. You know, what can he do? Bienes raíces. Alright, in Hungarian it's like something about people. I'm getting Hungarian and Spanish confused. Two of the only languages which I know it all. Or know it all. So it's not that surprising. Alright, so finally we've got everything ready to go. It's ready to go. How do you want to do this, though? Rook takes. Oh, alright, so there will be a check. I gotta believe this works somehow. He got his knight to the big square, the big city. A worthy opponent is the world loser. But just no mates on G2, please. He's going to have to take the two rooks for the queen. I mean, I don't see what else he could do here. Though maybe it's pretty tough to hold on there. He didn't do it. Okay. Well, now it's just over. He had to, basically. Alright, loser. Good job. He tried to play creatively, but his time use is not necessarily my philosophy is that his time use is not optimal. Sometimes he proves me wrong, though. He's gotten points. He scores points. Sometimes he proves my theory about you should use your time. Not always correct. Okay, full bladder. Is this 100 games? He's got 100 games. All right. Oh, Chestrick was a linguistics major. A minor, excuse me. Alright, I'm an economics minor. Which means that I dropped it after 2 years. Alright, what are we doing here? Unusual opening stream, guys. Tomorrow we're going to do our subscriber stream. Just so you guys know, if you're a subscriber to my stream, you can come on Thursday night, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time here. And we do game analysis with subscribers. So please submit games. I'm going to make a note to send you guys an email to remind you. But if you want to choose a game you played, or any game, and submit it to me here at Sparkle Horse, my Sparkle Horse account on leadchess.org, I'd be happy to analyze that game on the Thursday night, that is tomorrow night stream. Mozart, what was good play? I don't know. Mozart, what's up? Mozart, the composer, the chess composer. So d4 and now c6. Mozart is a good player. I had a feeling those suggestions he was making in previous analysis streams were pretty good. I like it when people, I'm kind of like that when I watch other people's analysis. I don't like to make a lot of suggestions, but when I do, I try to make it. Yeah, I got your email. I try to make, I try to make really logical suggestions, and Mozart seems to do that. All right, so d4 c6. I was supposed to play an unusual opening here. So what are we gonna do? Once against Kirill Georgiev, I remember I had a blitz game where I played like c4 and he played b5. This is a guy who was like top 10 in the world almost. I mean, that is weird. Let's just see what we got here. We need something unusual against the Karo Khan, basically. But how unusual can we get? So, today is the birthday stream, whatever that means. D5, E5. That's not unusual. What is unusual here? Full bladder. I don't know anything about this player. We played once. I won. Let's try to play the fantasy variation. This isn't really an unusual opening, but I consider anything that I don't play and I don't know too much about to be, unusual by my standards. So, unusual for me, and relatively infrequent guest at tournament level. But let's make it more fun. Let's play the Black Mardemer. You pretend you're going to play the F3 fantasy variation, and then you play the Black Mardemer. I don't think the Black Mardemer is like fully sound, but now I'm out of preparation. I was out of preparation on move 4. Anyway, so E5 played quickly. He knows his anti-Black Mardemer, I guess. What would the Black Mardemer player do here? D5? It seems like full batter is happy. He really likes this. I have to take the pawn, man. This looks lame. But we don't sack a pawn. That's the good thing. We don't have to lose our king position, necessarily. So what's happening here? Well, you always have to sacrifice something, I guess, in life. Knight d7 is an unexpected move. Raising more questions than answers. So if I play f4, it's going to get super weird. Let's do it. I could also play bishop f4. Thanks for the charity donation, Acerbate. And guys, thanks for the birthday donations. Merle Dixon, Acerbate, Jim. Those guys supported the stream greatly today for my perpetual 39th birthday. Anyways, good movie 5, perhaps. But I thought he should just straight up, play it straight up. After knight takes d1, just take on 3. That's probably how I would play. So after pawn takes f3, you could take with the knight or the pawn, but I guess with the knight. And my structure is my pawn on e5 is overextended. That should compensate for his deficiencies. Now the pawn on e4, but this guy, I don't know, he's 1500, but he seems kind of subtle and quick for 1500. So, I don't know, man. Full bladder. Scary dude. c4. To c4 or not to c4. c4 would weaken more pawns. I'm trying to develop pieces here. But what about attacking the f2 pawn? I mean, alright, I'm Freudian slipping. Giving away my plans at the same time I'm making Freudian slips. Let's just develop a piece. Today's 1500s are getting scary. He also makes instantaneous moves. I played 82, which is definitely not a move, is like probably your first candidate move. And he's like instantaneously plays f6. Alright. I mean, what's his like bullet rating? Is he like played a million bullet games? Only 200. Plays more blitz, and he's 800 in rapid, but that's based on 8 games or something. Playing like Braunstein or something. Okay, I don't know. I don't know who's better here, honestly. No clue. We both positions suck, I guess. That's how I would evaluate this. David. You could have almost symmetry. After knight d7, knight e4, knight e5, my knight is on d1 and his is on g8, and he's played c6. I thought f5 was more problematic, but not necessarily better. Chess Drake was like, when I was 15 in high school, none of us had access to frequent games. We didn't have stuff like Stockfish. Yeah, I had Chessmaster 2000 and an Excalibur, or no. I had some 2100 standalone computer, which certainly helped. You know, I'm not going to complain that that didn't help, but nothing compared to today. Dude is fast. Look at this prophylactic move, h6. Subtle. Again, not necessarily a great move, but I think that takes a lot of forethought, you know, to play such a move. Not such a bad move either. I mean, I'm at the point where I'm kind of running out of time, and I'm going to start making random moves soon, just to not be in trouble on the clock. I have no plan. Not enough time for a plan here. We just kind of have to react. It is kind of weird playing. It's good to know I can still castle. You could forget you can still castle with the weird knight on d1. It feels like I'm playing chess 960. It's totally like chess 960. This is totally like chess 960. Knight on d1 on like move 5. And I'm notoriously bad at chess 960 openings. That stage of the game is my what do you call it? The bane of my chess 960. The opening in chess 960, I always get a bad position every single time. It becomes like I don't want to play anymore. I used to like chess 960, but the more I play, the less I like it. It's just not fun always having a bad game. So this, speaking of prophylactic moves, now he has this. So it's my turn to make the subtle prophylax. That was some IM on the Internet Chess Club. Wait. I think it was an IM. Unless it was like Ulf Anderson's other account. Alright guys, so we're going to be streaming for another half an hour plus 40 minutes probably. Another 40 minutes or so. I've got to leave a little bit before 3 o'clock. I had to start a little bit late today. Got a lot going on. My mom is needs a lot of help. She had a fall last month and is basically in rehabilitation stage, so helping her. And I spent a lot of time on that, so doctor's appointments and whatnot. I might be late or delay my streams many times by like 30 minutes or something like that. We'll have to play with the schedule a little bit until I move back to Hungary probably. I'm in the United States. I'm going to be moving back to Hungary in March or April, it looks like. Battle Chess was awesome, Mozart. I agree. And I looked for that not so long ago. You can't like find it online anywhere. I wanted to like play that again. You know, I seriously, like last year or 2 years ago, I tried to find, like search for Battle Chess online and just couldn't find it. I mean, I'm sure that if you're savvy enough, you could probably find a version of it. Alright, now he's looking at knight f4. So I just blot him out. Because otherwise my knight was unstable on f5. He's almost going to flag me. I mean, damn, dude. He's 1593 in blitz. He's about to flag me. But I'm lucky. He made some mistakes. Small mistakes. Never anything major. Are viewers allowed to send challenges? Absolutely. I do take the subscriber challenges first. Give him a knight. Give him a knight. What am I talking about? I was going to say give him a square for his knight. Now I gave him a square for his knight. But, I mean, he can't do anything. Uh-oh. Wow, oh, that was like pure luck. I didn't even see that I had a fork. The lucky fork. I had no way to protect the e5 pawn. I was like, oh, that's a goner. But, as I said, you just can't have time to think in this sort of... Not a lot of time. So he's dropping a second piece. It's over now for sure. But Full Bladder has some talent. You know, no doubt. But he needs to maybe take a little more time in critical moments, I would say. There's a lot of players I play here who seem like they could be 200 or 300 rating points higher, honestly, if they would just simply slow down and use more time in thinking on their moves. It sounds like a very sort of simple thing, but it's true. I see this a lot. A lot of guys who play like they're, say, he plays like he's 1800, but he's just not using his time. All right, so Demetrius. Nils is a subscriber, so he's up next. But I will take those other guys who challenge if we have time. I've only got time for probably like 3. Yeah, Mozart. That's why I didn't get back to you right away, because there's no way I can meet anybody in Europe for the next couple of months. I will answer you, but I figured it's not urgent. I'm actually really busy. I'm just overwhelmed. I can't even answer emails from people who are like asking for lessons and stuff. I literally can't even. I don't have time to like answer my emails. All right, so Queen C2. I've been trying this B6. We've done that a lot against Nils. Let's try something different. I played this against Gergo, Hungarian Grandmaster Atzel Gergo, and he thought for 30 minutes when I played Queen E7 in this position. He literally thought for 30 minutes, because this is like not a variation. I just made it up to like mess with Atzel, and he used 30. My banner is partly coloring the challenge button. Yeah, it's a little bit pushed down. Yeah, but oops. I can't really, move the board too much, because it'll obscure the pieces. We can probably try to move it just a little bit there. I'm gonna like lose on time. Can't make all the people happy all the time. If I do that, the problem is in the pieces. We could modify the banner a little bit. We'll probably have to think about modifying the banner. But thank you for noticing. Yeah, if anybody has any suggestions, feel free. So he just played A3, and I quickly played Bishop takes C3, but I don't have another option. I wonder why Atzel didn't do that. I mean, A3 is very simple. Seems like a good move. Atzel. Blake, just say, I'll give you strong 2377, but GM, it keeps slipping away. Are you talking about me or somebody else? Sounds like me. Alright, knight f3. I was never that close to GM. I got my rating close to the requirement for rating, but I never got the norms. Alright, so knight f3. This is transposed to some other like kind of passive line for black. Not a great line, really. It's quite passive for black. I don't really like this. Norma. I haven't met Norma. So knight e4, bishop takes e7, knight takes c3, bishop takes d6, knight takes e2, bishop takes c7, resigns. That'd be funny. If I could play b6, bishop b7, I guess we would transpose to something like kind of normal. A delayed b6. Joanna tries his rating with a party of 20. It's my birthday! You raided on my birthday. No respect. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for the birthday raid. I'm going to be streaming for like 25 more minutes. So thanks for doing that. Joanna tries. Also a streamer here on Lee Chess and Twitch. I've got Nils here in an unusual variation of the Nimzo that I made up to confuse a Hungarian IMGM who likes to use a lot of time. It almost worked. Like he spent a third of his time like on the first move, and it became very, very complex. But eventually he got me with a really, really brilliant game. This was like 2 years ago. All right, so what's up, Joanna? How's your stream doing? I am gonna be going off the airwaves here in like 25 minutes. So thanks for joining me. I'll have to get you with a raid myself one of these days, but I'm so pressed for time I can't even answer my own emails. I was just telling people this. All right, let's try this. The traditional kind of Nimzo approach here. Knight e4. Though I don't know whether I guess I'll take that bishop. I guess I'll take it. I don't know. I could play f5. That's the other possibility, to just support it. Excuse me, support it with f5. I had a game kind of similar to this. One of my last rated game was a Nimzo against Shinkovic, who's an old IM in Hungary. Not that different a position. I have g4 now. Can I actually like try to win a pawn here? My birthday has been a really, really tough day. But I was cheered up by some of our viewers. So that's cool. I recommend streaming on your birthday. Queen e7, the simple bishop d2 looks good, intending a3. I can't remember what Gergo did now. He might have played that. He definitely played bishop d2 pretty early, I think. But I'm getting old and I can't remember anything anymore. I'm 39 again this year. It's my stupid joke. Keep repeating. All right. But anyways, whatever. So there's the strange move bishop e4. That's a really good line for white. He could try to get tactical with me now. Bishop e4, queen e4. Obviously, that's very good for white. Milamud dude, he throws in 200 bits. Make my birthday even better. Now knight h4. Okay, so he defends g2, but his knight's stuck on the side of the board. I guess that's not a bad trade-off. But another position where I don't really necessarily have a plan. I think I'm going to be castling queenside. But I'd like to know where he's castling, actually. I'm a little scared. I think I underestimated knight h4. I underestimated this. You know, now bishop e4. I mean, his king seems pretty safe. That's the thing that's bugging me here. I underestimated the stinking knight h4. Now I'm going to lose on time. How are we going to play this? This is going to get weird. We might have to get weird too, you know? We're going to have to just kind of go with the flow, I think, here. I'm not going to commit my king because he's not committed his king. I've got 29 seconds. I'm playing with my increment, but I'm a big believer in having flexibility with king position. This position seems like that kind of place where you should definitely try to keep your options open. No, castle long. I don't think I really like the long castle. You know, it seems unsafe. Unsafe. What am I doing for my birthday? Nothing. Nothing great, unfortunately. Too many responsibilities. Don't get old. Alright, so h5, just kind of securing my g4 pawn, not committing myself. I don't want to let his knight back in the game. I mean, that is a problem in a way. You know, it can't play, but at the same time it secures g2, so he doesn't have any weaknesses, essentially. Yeah, I mean, you can castle, you can do some weird stuff, like maneuver the king over to g7, you can put it on e7. I actually usually like to put my queen on f6 in this type of structure. Now he just maybe did a bad thing. This may be a serious mistake. I was just talking about this idea, literally. So, wow. I was talking about queen f6, but now it's all about d4. I mean, how is he going to protect his dark squares? This was a very serious commitment, play e4. You could also go queen g5, but I'm just going to go for the dark squares now. And I think I have a good game. Looks like he's going to play caveman chess or something. Now, I mean, you got to consider castling queenside. Right about now. But after a5, I'm wondering about that. So it's still not so easy. I thought it was a bad plan for him to play e4, but I'm not sure I really played this too well myself. He's rushing. Oh no. Dropper of the rooks. Alright. Unfortunate turn of events for white there. Although, position was probably pretty unclear if we look at this before he dropped his rook. I don't want to see the time use. I just want to see the analysis. So, I don't want to see a computer analysis, actually. I just wanted to see what was going on before he did the fateful blunder with b4. So if you just something like bishop e2 here, so the computer is basically like castle kingside. Damn, dude. I don't think I would do that. You know, I would probably play like rook g8 and try to dissuade him from moving his f pawn. I would look at this seriously. Now apparently white is slightly better. Percy Upward, thanks for the donation. Thanks everybody. Thanks for the raid, Joanna Tries. Thanks to everybody for just being part of my birthday stream. Alright, let me turn this off before it slows down our stream too much. Demetrius is 7+3. I am streaming for another 20 minutes. Then I've got to run. Nils is a lot of potential. A lot of up potential. He's not going to get any worse. I can guarantee it. Alright, so, no, seriously, Nils, you have a lot of upside, and you're going to be a good player if you just stick with it. But be patient. As a kind of late starter, Nils, there is going to be a higher propensity to make one-move blunders, like I told you before. It's extremely common. Alright, unusual openings. So I'm trying to play weird stuff. Not too weird, just a little bit weird, you know. But all right, let's do a3. The 4x4 chessboard. We can do some kind of Kramnik style thing here. Maybe double fianchetto. The Kramnik likes to put his pawn on b3 most often. All right, now I kind of regret playing a3. I mean, I could do a speckled hen, as Keith Arkell calls it, with d4. Yeah, I mean, b4 would be better, Midnight Rhino. The a3 move is arbitrary, actually. Pretty arbitrary for white. We don't really need it. And it is kind of a waste of time. Hippo. This is not a hippo. Everybody's like, Nils, you should improve your board vision. Yeah, the dude dropped a rook, okay? Take it easy on him. Everybody drops rooks. Alright, so knight on bd2. It's my birthday, okay? People are supposed to drop pieces. That's what you're supposed to do for somebody's freaking birthday stream. Not beat them down. Alright. So how do we want to approach this? Like c4 or e4 type of thing? I think c4 seems more natural here. It's in English. And the c5 break could pop his pawn structure. I mean, we got to consider this like right away. Just playing c5. I turned 60. I did. I'm the youngest looking 60 you'd ever... Yeah, I'm actually going to be playing in the World Senior next year. No, I'm only 54. I'm 75. Knight c7. So c5, just trying to take out his central pawn is interesting. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. It kind of wrecks my structure too. Alright, let's just screw it. I'm not going to do it. I could still reserve it for like next move. Anytime I can play c5. Now, for example, it's possibly stronger. I'm basically trading a wing pawn for the central pawn. And I figure with knight takes e5, maybe knight takes e5 isn't even a good move. He has tactics, now that I think about it. So knight takes e5, knight g4, and then I'm like one who's like questioning his existence. Zenchess is here? Oh, what's up? The Moobot got you? The new version? Very strict. Very strict. New Moobot is, you know, he's a damn good judge. We get good rulings with Moobot. He should work at the 9th district. The new 39. I always look younger than I really am. I used to get carded when I was like 25 all the time. Really up until I was like 30. Then one day, like, bad things started happening. They stopped carding me at the liquor store. I was like, aren't you going to card me? What's going on? So that's the saddest day of your life, when they stop carding you. Bishop e6. I'm just sliding back into position. I mean, this is where I wanted to go anyway, with bishop and queen on that nice diagonal. The diagonal of love here. Guys, we have 15 minutes and I gotta go. I want to thank everybody in advance for supporting me during these tough times. So Mozart says, I think b takes c5, just taking back. And he doesn't have a good way to defend e5, a-pawn. Yeah, Mozart might be right. The only question would be, like, could I have problems with c5 falling? But it's very, very likely that that should have been considered more seriously. I'm slow enough already, but I'm probably missing some good ideas. Yeah, taking back on c5, and what is he gonna do? Can he attack my c pawn somehow? Gang up on it, like. At the worst case scenario, he would get back to material equality. Now it's getting weird. I have knight e4, knight e4, knight d7. He's in this weird, bizarre pin. What a funny, kind of funny situation. The weird, bizarre pin. Knight g5 is screaming at you. But you know what? Honestly, that's really kind of a crappy bishop on e6. And I just don't want any part in it. Maybe if I can take it in a certain situation and wreck his pawn structure. I'm just going to back off here, getting back. Invite him to the next simul. One of your chess buddies, Sharkima. Oh, I noticed him. So there's a skewer. Mozart points out in the line there. So, guys, tomorrow is a subscriber stream, so I do try to do as in-depth as I can. We usually go over like 10 to 12 games of subscribers on the stream. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, USA time on Thursday. So if the first 10 or 12 people who submit games to analyze, I will go through. Yeah, the knight g5 suggestion though, in retrospect, was certainly not a bad idea. I actually don't have that much here. I was really banking on something positive. Maybe I have a little something. And to some players like Zoltan Ribley, this would be a big deal. Karpov would be like in heaven here. I have this tiny advantage. I have access to the d6 square. That looks like a shot in the dark almost. This is not really what I was banking on. I thought I would have more. So b5, giving him 2 to pass pawns. How about that idea? I'm just all over the map. All over the map here in terms of what I'm going to do. And he's so fast. This is our last game for today. Possibly our last game for today. I've got one more challenge from... Oh, that's my subscriber. That's my... Sorry, correspondence game, guys. Thank you for a fun, very positive birthday stream today. And I'll see a lot of you guys tomorrow. Friday, I have a stream in the earlier part of the day, 12 to 12:30. I'm doing the daytime streams, Eastern Time. This guy, Demetrius, has played a lot. Demetrius has played a lot of my simuls. He's really solid. Lost a bunch of games against him. So, but in Blitz, not too many games. It's starting to look okay for black. Running out of ideas. Damn. Just too solid. The guy is just too solid. The problem is he's solid and fast. That's a very annoying combination. Just being solid or just being fast would be no problem, but solid and fast, that makes life kind of difficult. Mozart said b5 look good. Yeah, I'm sort of scared of that connected pawn duo, but maybe I'm being too dogmatic. Either it does something or it doesn't. Man, I'd love to get some kind of combo going on here. You know Bill McClellan. Mozart. Once there was like a blitz tournament where Bill McClellan was like a 1600, and I got mated by him. Like he played like knight h6 checkmate in this kind of position. Like I just didn't see it. All right, knight g5 now. Going for that bishop pair. He's gonna shut out my rook. Rook h5. He's gonna shut out my rook with knight b5. Let's try it this way. Actually, do I want him to play knight takes e4 here? Not really. I'm just losing my focus and my concentration. This is probably a mistake. I'm kind of fried, honestly. My brain is fried. I'm not focusing very well. I didn't lose too many 1600s in blitz tournaments, but there was this one time when I just totally got spaced and got mated with knight h6. This type of situation. So he's just trying to trade off that bishop. Just getting weirder and weirder. Knight e5. Knight takes e5. Does this work? Please don't have some sort of tactic B6. No. Guess it's gonna be an endgame. It's gonna be hard to. Well, I could play D4 actually. Probably a good move. I'm starting to get flaky, and it's martini time basically. Brain dead. Last game for the stream, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern time, subscriber stream. Batten down the hatches. It's the Benko. But he's a solid dude, this Dimitri. Tactics! Oh man, I missed the crushing tactic. Oh my god. Do you guys see it? The flash tactic? Knight takes h7. I missed knight takes h7, king takes h7, rook h5 check. King g7, rook h7 check, winning his queen. That's beautiful. It just wins by force. There's no defense. Flash tactics. If I wasn't fried, yeah. Yeah, that was it, man. That was it. I totally spaced on it. I only saw it now. If I wasn't fried, I would have seen it very quickly. There it is, averting it. He averts the threat with h6 now. It's so sick. Well, I mean, I don't know. My e2 pawn could be hanging in some lines, but this... I'm not super happy about this. We missed our forced win, and, well, luckily he can't play like rook e8, at least. We missed our forced win, and our advantage is, like, microscopic now. I don't think we really have an advantage. If we do, it's just, again, micro advantage. My birthday is within a couple days of Nesbadina. That's cool. He's proud. No, 95. E5 probably that kind of move that loses by force. It's a good idea. Maybe some sort of piece sacrifice for his whole queen side. 3 for Thursdays at Chili's. This feels sort of desperate to me. I'm about to lose on time. He's extremely strong. But I've seen it in the simul games before, but the time thing is just brutal, dude. He has almost 50% against me in our games, which is an outrageous score for someone who's like 1800, 1700. They were mostly simul games, but even so, that is a huge score. Don't play knight c5 too early. That's all I know. Or I'm really doing the 3 for Thursdays if I play that. My rook is trapped? Why didn't I play rook a2? Am I normal? I'm not normal. I mean, seriously. If you're going to put your rook somewhere, I guess here you could go bishop e6, though. Trade it off. Kind of a torturous endgame, though. I mean, he got his knight back to the center. Now I have to take it. Great. I don't have to take it, I guess. Wow, that's weird. I don't know who's making the weirder moves. Or maybe he's going to lose on time? Do I ever have a pawn break or something? Yeah. That's the idea. Eventually we get a pawn break. It's not so easy anymore. Man, that was close. I was worried there. Birthday stream. He's also a player who never resigns, which can be difficult. That's going to cost him. Kind of a greedy move by me, but I think we can handle this. Alright, that's it. Ooh, we managed to hold on. He missed his chance to transfer his knight to d5, and I think that pretty much makes it very difficult. I'll have to take on d5. I don't know. Anyway, guys, great stream today. Thanks everybody for playing and watching and contributing, and obviously the donations for my birthday. Merle Dixon, Asterbait, Jim, and all the others who supported the stream. Fishrat Cal, Melamudu, Percy Hepworth, and Perpetual Stalemate, Asterbait. Thanks to all you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the subscriber stream. Thanks, everybody, and goodbye from the substitute chess pandas. Don't forget poor chess panda. Panda's in Budapest. Goodbye. But the real panda is the real deal. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Good games. Thanks to JCS and Soltigo for moderating today. I'll see you guys later. Bye.